Alright, welcome back to Blade District. We have another unboxing. Today is the Civivi Conspirator, which is in here. This is not the Civivi Conspirator, but I brought him out because this was my first and probably only button lock that I own. This is a pretty unique little knife. It's the CRKT Ty Raid, designed by, I believe his name is it Brian Ty? If the first name's not Brian, I will put something on the screen. But take a look at this thing. It is super unique. Works flawlessly if you catch it at the right spot. You got the thumb studs as well if you want to use. The blade is just extremely unique. How it really just gets to a sharp, shallow grind over here. This isn't really a user for me. I just kind of had it and I remember that I had it. And the handles, surprisingly, pretty ergonomic to me. They actually fit pretty well. So yeah, like I said, this was one of the first, probably, I don't know, I might have a few button locks. But this was definitely the first, and it still to this day is a really good knife. I bought this for $35 and change back in 2015. We're pushing 7 years ago. I believe the last time I saw this, I was just checking it. It's currently discontinued, out of stock, and it was priced at like $45. But even for that, it's a very unique little knife. Alright, let's take a look at the Civivi Conspirator. This one is in a black micarta from recollection with their Nitro-V blade steel. I love the way they do the Nitro-V when they have that stonewash. So let's open this up. If you haven't already, consider subscribing for some more knife content and some upcoming giveaways into the future. We're nearing 100 subscribers, and then hopefully we'll get to like the 250, 500, and then eventually 1,000. Alright, let me put this on the side for now. Typical Civivi pouch, stickers, cloth, and the bad boy. Let's see. Let me just put this again on the side. Ooh, look at that micarta. This feels nice. I've really been enjoying micarta lately. I've picked up a good amount of knives in micarta, perfectly centered, and it made me realize I might like micarta better than G10. It's got a fuller. Alright. We'll see if that's usable as well. The button lock. Nice and sunken in to a degree. Let's give it a first flick and see how it feels. That feels good. Let's see the drop. Ooh, that is smooth. I hear a little something. Wow. That is nice. Let's try the reverse flick. Ooh. Thumb flick. Slow roll. Just a button. This guy can do it all. Wow. This is a nice knife. It's on the larger side, slightly larger. Let me very quickly grab some specs over here. Give me 1 second. So I'm going to be going off Blade HQ just because they do a really good job of like listing specs and everything. This apparently comes in at a weight of 3.82 ounces. The blade length is 3.75. So a fairly big knife, but at 3.82 ounces, it's not too heavy for what you're getting. It's got a total overall length of 8.11 inches, 8.11 total. It's smooth. It's nice. Let's see. So we're going to do full light switch. Push button. It just works. So does the fuller. And I like how you can still slow roll it. I just recently unboxed. I'm about to say unlocked. Yeah, I unlocked it, I guess. I also unboxed the Petrified Fish Mini Beluga. And that has a long fuller that travels the whole length of the blade. And I noticed afterwards that I can use it to slow roll. And I was like, you know what? I really like that feature. I like being able to just kind of take out a knife and if I need it, depending where I am, just slow roll it. Good example of that was recently I went to my girlfriend's mother's house with a friend. The friend was like, I believe he's in his 80s. And we were setting up their TV, and I had to unbox the TV. And if you know the way they box TVs nowadays, there's just tape and stuff everywhere. So, perfect example of where you don't have to go and be like, oh, boom, whip out the knife, check this out, all nice and fast. You'd be like, wapa, you want me to unbox your TV? Nah, you could just be like, slice the box open and put it away, nice and simple. So, this knife, just the way it's been feeling so far, I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. As McDonald's says, I'm loving it. We got milled scales on that side. Ooh, and the other side. See? I said 3.82 that doesn't seem too heavy for a knife this size with a 3.75 inch blade. And they were able to bring that weight down by both skeletonizing both liners over there. Deep carry pocket clip, very deep, as you can see. There is this little lip that might stick up just because of the way it kind of goes like up like this, a hair, but as you can tell, that sits deep, very deep. Really liking this black micarta. The feeling is really nice. Just enough texture, as you know, just enough there, but at the same time smooth and soft. Is the clip reversible? Yes, it is. And it's not recessed, but Civivi clips do have a very big loop, so you should have no problem slipping this in and out of your pocket. Rock solid. And so smooth. It just, look at that. Like, I got the camera on top, so I can't really show you guys from here, but this thing just bounces. It is so smooth. And check out the edge on this guy. When Civivi does their Nitro-V, it is almost like a mirror polish, especially against that darker stonewash. It just pops. It really does. So let's compare it to the older button lock, for example. Because I thought this one was good. It definitely feels much different. I'm assuming the way the mechanism works, which I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to get into the specifics. But you see, you got to give this one a little shake. When I first used this, before I just unboxed this, I was like, oh, this is awesome. It feels great. But now if you're noticing, it's not closing as easily. It might not look as snappy. Does not swing as much, although it does, but not as good. It just shows you Civivi really nailed it with this one. If you're looking for a bigger knife that doesn't feel too big, because honestly, this does not feel too big. And right there, I am getting down. I'm really gripping this good. I don't feel that pocket clip. Could be because my hand is on the smaller side, so it's kind of going off the edge over here. For reference, I'll put a little screen thing over here that I made that shows how big my hand is, which might give you guys a better idea on how this would fit, because this is a little bit of a bigger knife for me, but it does fit me very, very well. You got some nice jimping up here. One thing I like about it is they brought it pretty far up. I've complained with a few other knives that I unboxed that it just wasn't high up enough. So I really do like how, like some other knives, for example, maybe the jimping would stop like right there. You got all this extra jimping. Especially if you have bigger hands, you're really going to like that jimping that goes up to there. You have this little forward, it's not a choil. You could, I wouldn't really want to choke up on that. There's a Nitro-V that Civivi just loves to hide their blade steel. And as I said before, I really love the way they did the stonewash look on this Nitro-V. Especially with this black micarta that kind of has a little bit of lighter colors peeking through. Like you don't get that with G10, even though this is black. Unlike black G10, which most of the time is like a pure black. Sometimes you'll get a little bit of something in there. This micarta just looks and feels beautiful. Let's see. Yep, they're sculpted on both sides, which just conforms to your fingers. It just melts into your hand. That's literally the best way I can put it. This knife just, I could see it putting in work. And it sounds good. Do you hear that? Come on. It just sounds good. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, comment below. Let me know what you think about this knife. Subscribe if you're interested in more knife content and upcoming giveaways. Thanks a lot, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.